In this next few minutes, I'll show you how to create your ChatGPT account totally for free, so we can start exploring the AI-powered conversations just today. To get started, let's open our web browser. This is the official website where you can create your ChatGPT account inside OpenAI. So you can see that we have OpenAI.com. OpenAI is the actual model element that can help us to look out for the research of the ChatGPT. So here I have, for example, ChatGPT. If you clicked there, you might see that here we have the second says get started and start now. You have now the application to get it downloaded into your mobile or into your desktop. Now for the desktop, sometimes it is available right now only for Mac OS, so we can test an early version for the Windows application depending if you are available and you want to get started there. So what I need to do, of course, is to go directly inside ChatGPT.com. Here in the ChatGPT, you can ask a question. For example, hey, how are you? And you have like a small question. I'm doing well, thanks, how about you? Now, if you want to, let's say, for example, ask for something more complex, I can truly suggest you to create your account into ChatGPT. To get started with the application here, I'm going to choose this option that says sign in or sign up. And here's going to be asking us to get started with the logged in element here into OpenAI. So inside the OpenAI authorization, I need to just grant the access and hit the option that says I don't have an account, subscribe. So here this appears into Spanish because this computer runs into the Spanish language, but basically this is going to be asking you to enter an account, an email, continue, and verify this account. Once you have access to that element, I'm going to try to sign in. Once your account has now been verified, you now be inside the ChatGPT and start customizing a little bit more yourself. For example, my GPTs. If I clicked here into my GPTs, it should be telling me what are the few applications that I do have available into my GPTs. Currently, I have nothing. I can customize the ChatGPT if I wanted, for example, to customize a few instructions. So for example, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better responses? How would you like ChatGPT to respond, for example? You can enable this for new chats. So thought starters, for example, where are you based? What are you for work? Where are your hobbies and interests? What subjects can you talk about for hours? What are some goals you have? So for example, if I tell ChatGPT that I am from Toronto, Canada, and I like out for a specific neighborhood, I can ask like where I can eat something at 7 p.m. in the morning or 7 a.m. in the morning, right? So this is totally depending on how would you like to use the ChatGPT. Now let's go back here, exit. Let's click into our account once again, and let's focus into the settings. Into the settings, you can change your theme, allow showing code with using analytics, change the language, achieve your chats, make some personalization about the memory. Of course, remember that I like consistent responses. I got just a puppy. What do you remember about me? What did you leave off of my last project, for example? So you can enable this if you wanted to. You can enable speeches, which should be the voice of the ChatGPT. You can try to select as much as you wanted to. Check out the data controls, building your profile, connect applications, for example, Google Drive, OneDrive, and much more. Let's close this and let's get started with our first prompt. Now that my account has now been created, I can get started with Coast and get Coast my own element here. Let's go for ChatGPT here inside the section that says sidebar. Into the sidebar here, I can see all the actual conversations that I have here with the ChatGPT. If I click into Explore GPT, it's going to be showing me applications that I can use for the ChatGPT. Currently, this one is not available right now, but this is where I can look out for something more specific. If I focused here into the upper side of ChatGPT, I have the Plus version, the optional one, and the temporary chat. So the temporary chat is not going to be saving any history, any model training, and the memory is totally off. This, for example, you just want to ask something important. For example, what is Bitcoin? And I have a really easily responded prompt. For example, Bitcoin is a digital currency and decentralized payment system that was introduced in 2009, and you can just let it go and go and go. If I choose to stop, I will no longer receive any information and I can ask for something else. For example, I want to eat something new today. And what happened here? well, that the actual ChatGPT is going to be helping me to look out for something different. For example, I can suggest dishes based on different flavors profile. Let me know if you have any preferences. Let's say I love pasta and I have a few suggestions. So if you're a pasta lover, you can try it out. Pasta alla norma, Sicilian dish. Here's the ingredients, and let's try to aim for something really important. Let's say that I go for stop and go for give me the step-by-step recipe for the pasta alla norma. And ChatGPT should be generating the actual prompt for this dish. So here I have the ingredients, and here I might be having like the prompt to have the recipe. So as you can see, this is how we can actually use the ChatGPT. There are so much more things to cover here into the ChatGPT. For example, you can check out the clearing the chat. You can open the sidebar. You can generate images. For example, let's say that I go stopped, and let's go for show me an image of the fish. This and much more elements can be used directly into ChatGPT. At the moment, I have a few errors here loading the message because my computer has a really low Wi-Fi. But usually this is how you can actually get started with the ChatGPT. You can delete the chat if you want to, and check out the for all many upgrade if you wanted to look out for example, early access to new features, to access to the OpenAI, access to the ChatGPT number 4, more messages, more data analytics, advanced voice modes, and so much more. So guys, hopefully this was a very useful information for you. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more amazing tools here for ChatGPT and more AI content for free. Thank you once again. See you next time.